Hi, beautiful. How are you today? I have a special build for you today. I do. So, we have a special build in a special memory for one of our own here in our local community. So, we're gonna dive into a special build in remembrance of one of our own neighbors here in the valley, and I'm going to tell you more about that as we proceed with this particular build. This is dedicated in the memory and the remembrance of our dear Tyla. We are going to be making a black stem rose in her memory. It's been a hot minute since I've made some black stem roses, y'all, and yeah, all right. So I am using all copper wire today. I have a mix of just plain old regular copper wire and silver colored copper wire. And we are making a necklace for this particular build using some beautiful black leather cord. It is 2.7 mil. Okay, so it's so beautiful, guys. This is a beautiful black leather cord. So just regular stamps. Okay, it's already stamped. I've got my copper washer here, and I've already started redoing this. I actually designed this on a Facebook only live the other day, and now we're going to actually redo it the right way this time and finish putting it together, because I obviously just was not in the right space to do the actual final build that day, even though I had planned to. So this is made with black stone, emerald chip beads, and a little bit of fluorite in here, and then we've got this beautiful rainbow moonstone in here with a wood bead here on the back, and of course the infinity sign. I dropped a bead in my lap. With the infinity sign of Milled Artistry on the back as always. Yeah. And then we got some beautiful red garnet. So the red garnet is actually purple. I love red garnet. I love how it's always purple. And then I am going to be changing the very top of this rose, okay? So like I said, I was obviously not in the right frame to be doing this. I was just a little too emotional while I was trying to make this, and it messed up. So I've got some red freshwater pearls that I'm using for this, and we're actually going to be doubling we're going to be doubling up the rose top here, because that is what it just feels that it needs. Just using my regular plier set. This is glitter line that I typically use most of the time. They are this really amazing, affordable and quality plier. Okay, so they're this nice mid-range. If you're wanting, like, if you're not ready to go into full-fledged, high-grade professional jewelry tools, but yet you want something better than your cheapo, like $10 set that you can pick up at like Walmart or something like that. Glitter line. I have actually been using them since really close when they first started coming out. Once again, not sponsored. I'm just sharing what I use. But I love how they have these really crisp edges. And these work up to a 16 gauge wire. However, 16 gauge is the max for these pliers. These are more of a beading line plier. But most of the work I do is generally in 18 gauge and up to 16 gauge. So, in wire, all right? So, just so you know, don't overmax your pliers, okay? Every plier has its own rating at what you can use it for. Unfortunately, most of the time, plier companies do not put that rating of what they are actually good for on their pliers. So it's just kind of a hit and miss game of whether or not it's going to be stout enough to be able to do any heavier duty working. But this is this nice mid-range plier and works really good on doing all those fine little details because they've got these beautiful, fine little tiny tips. So that's just who I'm using, okay? Okay, so we're going to be using not their clippers, because it's just an ordinary pair of clippers. I go through flush cut pliers pretty damn quick, guys. So I generally keep quite a few on hand, and I don't really worry about getting top brand for those more often than not, because the lower quality ones seem to hold up just as good. However, you do need to make sure that they actually have a flush edge and like the blades are not a little off from each other. That is a common problem. And then we're just going to be using some basic chainmail pliers, square, round, needle nose, and every once in a while I pull out these little guys. Most jewelers use these for doing their jump rings and closures, and I find that these just bend my jump rings way too much, okay? So it's been a hot minute since I've gone through the actual tools that I use with you guys, and I know how much you guys love that. And so I kind of stepped back from like the teaching aspect of the jewelry making for a while, and you know, I'm trying to find that nice little happy balance, okay? I'm using 24 gauge dead soft copper wire. I am doing a particular weave wrapping on this just for the integrity, because this is very fine wire and this wire breaks really easy. It's not very strong because it's so damn little that it just it breaks. And you know what? Tyla she was a fighter. She was strong and she was unstoppable. And you know what? This piece needs to last. This piece needs to last. And unfortunately, I can't use a heavier gauge on these beads. Or I would. I absolutely would. So now, if you love this necklace that I make, that I'm making up today, it will only be available for purchase over at the auction fundraiser that has been set up by Tyla's most beloved friends and family members, in order to raise up some funds to cover all the medical bills and to cover her untimely passing. So this build, this video, all of this is dedicated in the memory and for her family that she leaves behind. And my heart breaks for you guys. It does. Like, it breaks. It's absolutely breaking. So we're gonna dive into a special build for Tyla. I want to talk to you about 4 little baby steps that you can take every day to show up for your dream life, okay? And I felt this was a very good topic to go along with talking while I'm doing this build. So I want you to stop merely dreaming about the day that you start living your dream. You know, when you're always like kicked back, you're like, you know, one day I'm going to do that. One day. Honey, you can say one day all you want, and it's not going to bring it in. However, if you start taking key actionable steps, you can actually make that dream a reality. And being that this is the year of the dragon, and it's 2024, the year of dreams coming true. You know what? I think that is the perfect sign to start actually going after your dreams. If nothing else that has come from the last several years, the last 4 years now, what was the point of the last 4 years if you're not actually going to go out there and chase after your dreams? That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, y'all, it's time to start living, not just dreaming. Dreaming is amazing, but dreaming is only the beginning. Whatever you dream, you can make. You can make an actual reality. Now it might not be that perfect gleaming gem of exactly what you had envisioned in the very beginning, but when it's all said and done, it's going to be absolutely perfect and amazing and exactly what you needed, okay? So I want to ask you, my friend, when you woke up first thing this morning, what was the very first thing you wanted today? Was it something tangible, or was it simply a feeling you wished to experience during that day? Maybe it was that one day where your kids weren't just running wild and screaming and no one's listening and everyone's fighting. That's life. That's reality. Maybe you just wanted that one day of, damn, I just wish my house was clean. Just one time, I just wish my house was clean. I get it. I get it. I do. Or maybe you're just like, hey, I would just really, really love it if things just went smooth today. Or if someone recognized me and was loving on me just because they wanted to. Honey, let me let you in on a little secret. It all starts with you. If you want more love in your life, first you have to love yourself. If you want a cleaner home, then you have to take actionable steps every day to slowly knock it back to a cleaner home, and then you have to keep it maintained at that level. You have to set those non-negotiable rules and laws in your life of, this is our new standard of living. We will not live in a home with all of that going on. Like, I won't go to bed with dirty dishes. I say that all the time. I won't go to bed with dirty dishes. Because when you leave dirty dishes, and you can use that as a metaphorical view or actual physical reality of dirty dishes in your sink, you don't leave behind a mess for the next day to clean up and pick up. Whatever it is that you started that day, you finish. Now, that doesn't mean you can finish everything that you start in a day, but you can go through and tidy it up and put things back away and have it all laid out nice and pretty, so when the next morning comes around and it's time to get back at it, that it's already ready for you to just sit down nice, comfortable, and take care of it. All right? So just go through and tidy a few things up. It'll make a big difference, okay? But you have to take that actionable step of going, okay, we're not going to do that anymore. Lay down the law. And then take the actionable step of actually doing something towards that goal. Even if all it is going through and picking up the toys or just the clutter that's all over the place, okay? It doesn't have to be extensive. It can be nice and simple, okay? But whatever it is that you woke up this morning feeling that you wanted, something that you actually wanted in your life, it's usually something more than something just physical. There's an emotional attachment to it. All right? And when you've got an emotional attachment to it and it's something that just calls you in, it's like an old siren of the ages. It just sings to you and just calls and beckons, and it just makes your heart go, oh, I want that, I want that, I want that so much. Those are generally the areas that you need to start so that you can start living that dream life, okay, hun? I'm just saying. That's usually where you need to start. All right? For me, my aim this last little while has been to show up 2% more. And I'll tell you what, the 2% guiding rule has changed my life. 2%, just 2%. But I want to show up 2%. To make a bigger difference today in someone else's life than I did yesterday. Now, you might be wondering why 2% and why for somebody else. Well, honey, it's pretty simple. For me, at my core, right here in my heart, and at the core of Milled Artistry, my business, our goal is to empower, to inspire the true reality of you so that you can confidently and comfortably go out and activate your dream life. Go out there and actively achieve it, to bring it into reality. Because you too deserve to wake up in your own version of a dream. With happiness, with love, with safety and security, appreciation, and value in your own life. To be happy and healthy inside your own skin. To be accepted inside your own skin. Now, if you want those things to come into your life, first you have to give it to yourself. That is the key thing. That is the key rule, honey. If you want something in your life, you have to stop trying and start acting. And you got to do it for yourself first. Because when you raise your personal bar, your personal value of where you value you, how much you are worth in your own eyes, then other people see you at a higher value. When you start loving yourself for no other reason than the fact that you deserve to be loved, and you want to be loved, and you are a lovable person, even if you're like, yeah, love, I don't like love. I don't like all that mushy stuff. You gotta love on yourself, okay? You deserve to be loved. And being loved starts with you. If you can't love yourself, you can't expect someone else to love you. If you can't accept the real you, then how can you expect someone else to accept you for who you are? Especially if you're constantly putting a mask on, you're constantly being what everybody else wants. They never get to see the real you. And when the day comes that you're tired of pretending to be somebody else, and you come out into the world and you're like, hey, this is just me. Hey, hi, how are you? My name's Crystal. By the way, I am Crystal if this is the first time we've met. Co-owner and the founder here at Milled Artistry. I'm also the chief creative director and designer here. I'm your resident home baker, teacher, mindset coach, jewelry maker, woodworker, magic weaving, crazy country witch, okay? Love me or hate me. I love you, by the way. But, you can't expect somebody else to just instantly go, oh, this is real you? Oh, great. What if that person had fell in love with the version of you that you've been pretending to be? How can you expect them to just instantly go, oh, this is the real you? I love this person, but this is the real you. So, okay. It doesn't work like that, hun. It just doesn't work like that. Okay? It doesn't. So, 2% more, giving 2% more of my focus, my energy, my drive, my dedication. 2% more today than I did yesterday on the things that are truly the most important to me. Makes it easy. That makes creating dreams into reality a breeze. Okay? It's taking small baby steps that simply compound upon each other, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, okay? It's gorgeous. But focusing that on the people that need me, people that I can help with my unique skills and abilities and knowledge, honey, that's giving back to my community. That's giving back to my local community, my business community, all my business bestie friends. That's giving back to my family. That's giving back to me. That's showing the world how much I respect me and my family and my dream. and my business and how much I believe in what we are doing, in what we can become. By giving back, it tells the universe that I deserve more of that in my life. And at one point in time in my future, the universe is going to repay my kindness. That's one way of looking at it. That's the selfish side, okay? That's, I actually want something back in return for what I'm giving. But when you do it without expecting anything in return, you don't expect to be recognized for your efforts. You don't expect to become the hero. You don't expect someone to go, oh, I'm going to repay you for this. I'm going to repay you. I promise I'm going to repay you somehow one day. You don't expect that. You don't expect to be paid. You don't expect to be given anything for your time, your energy, your actions. You just give simply because it's the right thing to do. And truly, that is at the very heart of my core of who I am and this business. It's all about you, babe. It's all about you. Because I've been there too. I've been in those dark places. I've been in those hard times. And they suck. Straight up, they suck. But I believe in you, in the power of you, in the power of one. Because an individual person is incredibly intelligent. An individual person is capable of so much. If you truly can just believe in yourself, you can change your entire destiny if you wanted to. You can accomplish anything. But first it starts with believing in yourself, honey. It just does. All right? It starts with you believing in yourself. But the return that I get is an emotional one. That I feel the deepest down in my heart and my soul. When I give without expecting. Give without expecting. It fills my heart with a reward that cannot be explained. Just merely by doing the act. Which is one reason why we have so many programs and we put such an effort into giving back to our local community. Because our local community has stepped in and saved our butt more time than I can count. More times than I can count. My tongue, y'all, it's always twisted. So bear with me, because the words don't always come out right. Alright, but I want to talk to you about this. It's important. We need to have these conversations, okay? But my community has stepped in and saved my butt more times than I care to count. And honestly, without my community being there and showing up and supporting our business wouldn't be here. Milled Artistry wouldn't even be a thing. We wouldn't be here. I'd be back toiling away at a job that didn't serve my greatest, highest power. I'd be back punching a time clock, making money for someone else just so I can keep my damn bills paid. Instead of following my dream of being able to support my family with my own two hands, with my own ingenuity. To be able to be there for my family when they needed me. To be there for the moments, to actually be there, to be present in those moments. And that's something absolutely beyond words, extraordinary all by itself. And on that note, let me talk about Tyla. I want to share with you an emotional story, an emotional tale that comes from right here in our hometown. From a chickadee I literally went to school with that was a beacon of light. And we want to honor her. And we want to bring some aid to her family in their greatest time of need. So I'm just going to read what I wrote, because it's not going to come out of my mouth as elegantly as it did the first time I did this. So let me just read what I said. I want to share an emotional story, one that resonates with compassion, strength, and the indomitable spirit of community. It's a story where you become the guiding light in the darkness, extending a helping hand to a family that desperately needs your radiant support. This is the heartfelt narrative of our neighbor Tyla, an old high school friend. As I reflect on the bygone memories, the echoes of Tyla's contagious laughter and the warmth of her eyes still lingers. She was a radiant light, illuminating even the darkest of nights. However, Tyla's journey took an unforeseen turn the other day. A sudden, unexpected illness struck her down. And true to her tenderest spirit, my tongue, she battled against the odds and even defied the predictions of the doctors, clear up until the very end, because she wanted to be there for her family. She wanted to say goodbye one last time. I know she did. And she did that. And she defied the odds. Tyla wasn't just a beloved mother. She was a daughter and a friend. She was her bestest loved friends and family's light in their darkness, always showing them the way. That no matter how hard things got, that no matter how hard it was, that you could fight through it and you could make it. And in a twist of fate, even in her passing, she continues to be a beacon of hope. She was an organ donor, and she saved 2 other lives that same day when that tough decision had to be made of whether let her stick around for one more day, fighting the good hard fight, or to save another soul, to extend someone else's life and to give them a little piece of ease in mind and a little bit of happiness and health inside them. And because of that, her legacy of kindness and life-giving laughter will live on in more lives than just right here in our little community and with all the friends and the hearts that she touched in her life. I want to invite you to go pick up Tyla's torch for her family, because right now they need you. Be the light and hope and healing energies that they are needing, because right now they need you more than ever. Your donations can make an immeasurable impact during this challenging time for her family, and to be that beacon of light and hope for her friends, her closest friends. It's never easy to have death is never easy, period. It's just not. But when you have someone that's so damn dear to you, who's happy, healthy, laughing one day and then the next day takes a sudden turn, it is a reminder that although tomorrow was guaranteed, the sun will rise. Your tomorrow, my tomorrow, their tomorrow, anyone's tomorrow is never guaranteed. So I want to ask you, what is one thing you can do today to make a difference, to create your own legacy of bearing the light, being the light in the dark? Pick up Tyla's torch, okay? Pick up Tyla's torch and be that light in the dark. Be that unwavering, light-hearted, and fight to the core being that she was. the one that loves so damn deeply and dearly, that she'd do anything for her family. She would do anything for those who she cared about, who was dear to her. And I know in some way you can relate to that, honey. I know you can. I know you can. Your donations can make and are so needed in this time to help cover all the unexpected medical bills and the costs of her funeral, so her family can lay her to rest with a peace of mind as they are going through the healing and the grieving during this time. Tyla was an inspiration to me in my youth. The way her eyes smiled, especially when she was talking about something that just really lit the fire up in her. You know, it was a glimmer of hope, guys. And hope is priceless. And that's what you can be to her family and to her loved ones right now. Okay? I want to implore you not to just glance over this. To just go, yeah, I could do something. But I don't really want to. It's the right thing to do. Yeah, it is the right thing to do. Yeah, I could help out a little bit. But, yeah. Stop making excuses, because every time you make an excuse on doing the thing that's the right thing, you're actually making an excuse towards why you can't have your dream. And I know that sounds bad, but that is an actual truth of the reality as I understand it, as I see it. Now, I know we all see things differently. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I want to implore you to do the right thing, because it is the right thing. So if you want to learn more, go join the fundraiser auction that has been set up by those who cherished and loved her the most. So if you are local, we are here in the Star Valley, Wyoming area. If you're local, neighbors, family, and friends have been putting up items and donating goods to the auction that you can go get. In fact, that is exactly what we are working on right here today as I continue to make this beautiful thing in memory of Tyla. Our hearts are going out to our grieving neighbors and friends right now. So all your donations go straight to Tyla's family. Whether you donate just funds, or if you're local and you are donating actual goods, or you're buying the donated goods, putting your bid down for the donated goods over on the auction page. I know everyone is eternally grateful for your act of kindness. I know they are. And it saddens my heart to even bring this up. It does. But it's a truth. It's a reality. It is. Okay? So, I do want to make sure I point this out. Milled Artistry, nor myself or anyone associated with us, we don't receive any kind of kickback whatsoever. We simply do this. We don't do this for any kind of recognition. We don't receive any kind of kickbacks. We just do this because we're human beings with human hearts, and it's the right thing to do. To give back where and how we can. Okay? So I implore you to come stand with us inside the charity auction. And now it ends March 7th. It's only open for a very short time. So help us raise up enough funds to help cover all of the unexpected costs that the family is now facing, and to help out her to help out her mom and her son. Okay, let's help them out so that they can have a little, so they can sleep a little bit easier without having to worry about the damn finances of how they're going to cover everything. So they can just grieve and heal in this in this time. So stand together with us. Stand together with me. Stand together here with Milled Artistry. And let's pick up the torch for Tyla and continue to be that guiding light in the darkness, to bring that little glimmer of hope to those that need you the most right now. Don't kick back and go, well, so-and-so can take care of this. Because the moment you take that stance, nobody acts. And I hate to say that, but that is the actual truth. That is how it works. 1 out of 10 people, if you're lucky, that actually go and join, only 1 out of 10 people will be active in it. That's just the odds. So let's change those odds. Let's break those unfortunate barriers. And I know right here, right now, that only 1 out of 100 of you will even go join the group. We'll even go join the auction. That's the actual facts. That's the real numbers. And that's not just me. That is the actual business numbers of how it works. 1 out of 1,000 will take action from this. 1 out of 1,000 that watch it. And only 1 out of 10 that actually go and join the auction will take action in the auction or to give a donation. Y'all do the math on how many people that takes in order to raise just a little bit of money for someone. Y'all do the math. Go do the right thing. Because you never know when the fates of the universe are going to change. And they're going to be knocking on your door next. And when you show up and you give more than you ask, when you give without expecting anything in return, when your time of need comes around, the universe sees that. And when you need help the most, the universe, the divine, God, whatever it is that you believe in, will send you the aid and the help that you need, exactly when you need it. Okay? That's just kind of the way it works. I don't make the rules. It's just how it works. So, auction ends March 7th. I will be posting a direct link down in the description to this video. You can also get there directly on my website, so over at milledartistry.com on our community page. I'm still updating the website at the time of this recording to get all of the links up in different locations on the website. So bear with me. Right now it's only on the community page. We're just barely getting this together. It just happened. And I'm only one person, guys. So one person is fierce and unstoppable. It is fierce, okay? But a community standing together for a cause, y'all, we can move mountains. We can move mountains together. And with very little effort. A few minutes of your time is all it takes to go and do the right thing, okay? All right, so let's dive into your dream life, okay? Let's get back to getting back to the blueprint for your transformation, all right? Yeah, let's do that. So knowing her sense of style and knowing some of the things that just truly used to light her up and she used to love doing. This design is inspired by Tyla. And you will be able to find it inside and only available on the auction page. And I can ship anywhere in the U.S. Okay. And all the funds go straight to Tyla's family. So all the process, all the donations are Venmoed straight over to the family, and I will send this straight over to you. But you can only get it in the auction. So go join the fundraiser auction for Tyla, okay? And bidding will be starting on this beauty at $150. All right, beautifuls.
Dad, do you like?
It's done.
I made them for Daddy.
So pretty.
Do they like it?
So pretty. Yep.
And the fronts. Don't forget the fronts.
Look at that beautiful cord. Oh, I love it. So I'm going to hang this baby. I'm going to hang this baby up so that it actually will straighten out. And we'll get this loaded and over into the auction.
No.
Okay? Let's go check it out. Starting bid is $150. This took just the build time that I recorded right here with you guys was over 2 hours in time, and it was a 2-hour previous build when I was doing the rough designing of just working it into the metal and all of that stuff. So go check it out. I gotta go back to being mom. Okay, so go join the auction. The link is down below in the description. You can also get there and learn more about what we do in order to give back to our community, because our community is the most important part of our business. And just a second. So yeah, go learn about our community programs and some of the things that we do for our local community to help them out during all those hard times, because we've been there too. We know it's like to be hanging on by a thread, whether that's financial heartache or even battling through severe depression. Been there, done that most of my life actually. But you know what? You don't have to do these things alone. Yeah? So if you need a friend, yeah, that's who we are. We're those ones that give you all that love and that tough love and tell you the way it is. Straight up, all the honesty, all the friendship, and all the love. All right, so go help support. And for all of those that are grieving right now, I've watched a lot of people come and go into people's lives that are actually really pretty precious to me. And, you know, I'm thinking of all of you. I really, truly am. We've had some major losses this last little while. And it's never easy.
For you.
All right. See you guys.
For my daddy.
Tyla's auction. Carry the torch for Tyla and her family. Okay? Tyla's torch. Be the carrier, guys. And together we can make a big difference. All right? But you got to do your part.